in the parliament. Ite miari yetu ni miari ya president na yero ya second time kwa redia manto ya kiwa abunge baitumira nafasi tio kuyukia mbesa basta ndetaizi mtu baka andika ripoti kiure kirege nende abunge about yuri na atiri ne ontura isi atutargetite but nyekwe na bibi bingi bikuranwa nagashagwarere ngirowere what happened. Anyway, Arania watu kulukira 23578 namba yetu SMS through live kuri Facebook through live kuri YouTube kedra nkidho matumili chiaku awara tuitana mbere na mubango. Karibu sana bwana Eric.
Thank you very much. Mutembe. It's been a while lakini nashukuru. Tutitapoga na rastri twari na uwe mwankana ndi tutumba ku complain. Na utochokiranga inkadho no nto twathiri na twa moyo jotu naju na kinya kamurutira kauka imiru kawega karanga yatwere kito minda ina ndetwithira manto amega rimo tutikwari muno jamiru nonto na ndikethorwa ikwari agitumu muno turingitha tukieza na direction kana tukiara yura manto jakari lakini tukona thirikari sasa wa mutumano ene ka na gwitangugirelewe na goodwill nene muno tuturiana na biashara itukona twina hope that going forward tukona twindu twambiria kutiriruka na ndiguru na budget na ready ngwitikia mutumana team yawe nandi twamire kwa kanya na of course to ba time bomba kora thirikari yao na ingwitikia twina ground nandi tukambiria kuona matunda itombite kuona na mimi Mutembei nonto kuona uria biado bikuja miru the other day turale kiatho kia national kuna kinginya kijite kasa nijite kuna ndiko na environment trade ya kuchinchania kana nyari tuindotorea na ntu betu bakona gantu ko kwithira gukiranirito na mantu jena utongere na hope nene na tena nuje Mutembei ugategera ria mutumara jukirie nuronde kuna antu baba ingi parambire kuja na jamiru na kuna hope ya kuona investments na nyoko na biatho biminginya biatongeria bongwa ipakomba kuja miru na kulinga gwe empowerment chao of course botiga something na tena president of course ingwitikinyawe na twirire other day reali kiathone keria that miru ina mutongeria nandi na ina direction jaga plus sibitari yetu uraito kwakiro nandi na metaratara imingirira kwami gwitikia with time amiru bakeja kona kila tugaira it's better kuthwa kwina mutongeria we also better sacrifice that we told mutongeria mwega road botos kuma then turuzite miaka iri of course lakini gwitikia with time tugaire ku recover. Thank you very much for having me. Nashukuru sana. It's always my pleasure kuja kwa na miru na kugaume tutu.
Drone kinyaki zit kuyor drone yambiria wakwera ya board.
Yes.
Simeka sana
murume tukona nya ikara muno ya stop project na ndi bodira nironerie that ndijire toira na ibakarita na governor ngutikia already been a budget yao problem taratara ine mpeja cha world bank ikeja kuja nontukatha twina koti yao igethana na office board offices na tena nande janire kwa city of course these structures icho muhimu no ibati kubangwa na ingwitikia thwarire mutuma in future miaka ijite miru ne bati kuthora i revit to another level na ingwitikia dream you eka materialize two is also guchokiria mutuma nkatho no ntubo taranta babedi rative being part of the board mtomo ethi ikonania I still believe na young na nyawe mtomo ethi na gutikia drive na contribution ya ntababe ethi going forward with even other boards that coming up mutuma is really ensuring ntababe ethi by involved ko kumwakanya na ko believe that aka ensure environment you ya change ya Meru to another state either the city or towards that level miaka weki nyakuma.
Yes. You look at some points to mudina arora chukudharu ofisine.
Yes.
But let's go straight to the point. Kwe manto yaro mete abunge mnogu mnoro.
Sana.
You see with abunge bonde ba ODM by Kenya Kwanza. then ukayoba lecture wabera babu twabu wata twabu ikandene ibu tumira powers chienu kuiambeza chema county. So after 3 years nende president yamekuna corruption bunge
undi kuingerene konompenda kwa kwejana we munene ukaja kwambiria munene akiriza ile high table akona table hizi kuna ngeru kulirwa na afanyikazi bakwambire kulira ndenge nete ukinyaga ize iketho itio kurukira gwaku iketho ni gukurukira gwaku tumba kwaria but ikeja kuthora igurukira direction ingi ana itingo gibambiria kuria kurukie mwene company then you also start complaining nondo mwene company no batingo gaira nande kena leakage pipe leakage na niki pipe in leakage there is kuna uria mutongere wetu abaitanite especially rita kana kwezana rita hizi ni chitomete kila mtu akwenda gucompete na rita na kunenkanira na ndike gothora source yekuna etina erosion etina itirin ititoi no kuensure inyawo no kwenda kuthagana muno no ntu no expect itetia ana inchi kana ntu bara gwito bona iba kwenda kunenkerwa kuna ndike thoro tina ngari ekue gara ku stoye ku itina into no mwankocho urabika bikoneka kendo ngana na munene. I feel kurugurwa kwa opportunity kurugurwa kwa areas nyingi cha kuchwa into ingwitikia maana muno imunene ona nitie njira menya of course atwitikaniria ituije mutongeria no ona na ya direction amantu raje jomba gwita ikethora mutongeria to na taka babanga kwega gantu ka story we ni uzuri may you still expect piore kuiba paketa kwawe na menyero na ara kwejana na kwenda guchwabia kwejana na tena njirengi ikitumio kuona when mheshimiwa Raila akiuga ndirato aire heshimiwa beto kanyaka ku run fund kana kumenyera fund niyo avenue ewichoira into be na shortcut ikuongereka na corruption ikaingira au. So I agree with Raila that ndirato akurukire katiba yetu 2010 itwaletere counties chetu na resources particular chi county tutipati kudhara kuena county resource plus the resource kuena mtongi katekate na wena fund we kumanage either barabara nonto honestly mutuma kaja kudhara na nenkeri fuel levy agadha beja chia barabara chionte whether kela ukuri ku merge beja ikejari county governor na heshimiwa bawe pedro bena kiti nene ensure barabara hizi chia matora no ntibobe na priori ibobe na metho ne bobe pale akwina na mashinani hiyo ni ya actually drive kana dream ya devolved units kana ugatuzi lakini ituitikana ya CDF ne contributor boga mono igitarira gutare kwari na into chari centralized kana chari nara igoro igitare mbere tu na driver ne tumire no ndoria president ara manya manene no mwanko ringito mbuturire maru kuromba na kuona lakini nonto nande heshimwa bokara ndebo na other than gwito turire president ndegoro biria gaduzi butareo bona imumo no bedho bena kiti yao every constituency but now ward chietu chiku chiri under county government barabara icho nde chiri under within boundary cha county as per se na ko it's as I tried to agree na Raila that high time ko ensure badu tupati korega atongeria badero bari every elective position either area it's a form of extension executive non to be na samwa our fund kuran na ndia oversight nayo roho yao either compromised already nontu ankwire mutembe the reason why ko nya bunge betu bakore makuria biuria the current regime kana current dirikari ikudhura file chao cha CDF file chao cha fuel levy there are somehow issue na china doubt kulirao na mheshimiwa akiuria thirikari sometimes na kira kuria thirikari ku bear in mind file we nyawe miaka iwarani te CDF or fund revenue I compromise na we kana ni mbecha kana na ibatumirite bu na ima tetinkuga batumirite bodhoku ntiji non to report chia auditor general ichonaya some of the constituency ratu nacho mbeche iji etio heshimwa bakara chio ne chiwa maninja na iba bakara
yes account better either city sia basari sia wakairasi na barabara
kabisa imagine there's another our neighboring counties yokona CDF ni akrekrasi na actually CDF kaijana krasi yakage kadira ite akage tigiro gitina ndija na it gives you money school na budget na iteja na project iteja na wa project itina mbecha ko krasi yekezani kikayuga CDF no mwanga kidroge at a complete status for example kadi krasi kwa no mwanga kidhirwe kana kebe kyangoroba no mwanga kidokina faces non to the end of the day tutuga mbecha project ka registered CDF essentially and a project ikaka complete na hand over contractor hand over school kada renovation kana kada kwa kagekero no mwanga ke complete nonga less para bakwambiria a big project nithoro nande no to propose chonde chika weka mete na nana wa CDF chika approved na baka menyo project ka tu ka kinyamuicho na muicho ko nande sometimes heshimwa betu iba kwa gutumira that opportunity bodhoku na igitumio kona now they are not even performing royal na bedro batu baklingite kri CDF but kambuge president ni kinyite abaga kinya nandi eunikara muno that mantu jarari antu kidogo jatenge menyakana transaction ikithithwa lakini no ntubwa tamaa ekugeria kujuria muntu nchukwewe nande either nande isoko huru jo wala mitre that everybody want money either for kuweza na kanaja kana kwa antu ba no ntubwa infre because Kenya batu turi ananchi we also have a role inene muno to play to influence it atongere baratu nabo beto chwa becha na njira itikariboga nontu tuajanturene you expect mutongeri ora akunengera mbecha kuthithia wedding yeku akunengera mbecha murano waku akunengera mbecha waje of course nontu ituize mheshimiwa jake na budget yotwa kuna nde no mwankenya wewe ngo agerie nande ko batu turi ananchi it created a platform eco insights kana kuwithero a catalyst ya tongeria kuita ku involve na means itekariboga na kujukia mbecha na president kwa korea kono unande antutiteboga kana kakinyete amwicho ono umantu za probably ekaraja involved ijo ko mu costs nontre mubunge mwara already atri ito kujukia mbecha ibawe ne botoretara see it's like corruption it's normalized from the executive as well nontibobo koleta mbecha ireko iji for the FCO as long as atongere betu batidro be accountable na to turn every elective positions into an executive na bado to na nchi the only thing to takake mutongeria wealth kana intobire nabyo then iyo yongo ne propela ga tongere baba kana kubaeza inya egwita kuita biashara gwitia mbecha kibara bathukitie na keja kurobi so bakuga kwina oefya committee ngugewe ikukara mwarine mutongeria za amurio weza na ingana
it is good lobbying
yes ikeja na ingana ko at the end of the day atongeria na bado tore na inchi we also need to change ya metaratara nondo mutembe ikankwira naruka for example ukaja kwambira kurombete kwa kundera tera kinya wariria na wena plan na vision njega at the end of the day aringi kura bagotaka kulingana kira witigire, which is quite unfortunate. The moment ukambira kwira tongere betu ananchi betu turingeni kura, not necessarily mtu kira konenkere kulingana na mantu jare abati kweta kuthira ntujo tubati umuria, especially when you are an MP and an MCA. Nontologe ku igotunga sheria no karia into bia muingi na nandino ntobo barone batekari into bia muingi ibakojigia because purely almost president akoria ina gavana agwita 150 million ekujo weka methene kiranto 47 isi aba gwitara baliona 150 ni kupwa kuiga bongwa na batethie lakini batekorirwa devolutionera governor atongeretie agenya gwita milioni 150. It tells you kuna no service kuna mwananchi roji na into ateona based on urakora abati kuthora ukari ko kambetikanire nawe one president
na the president yamenyera kuna 150 million tietirwe
kinya au niona arinya to kuidite president nontore ikaja kuthora no menyere 150 na itirwe na is uti action wengwa at that particular time na no toira ogwe consumer waro intelligence that ogwe before things happen because it will take an intelligence na need to invest it every cable that ibati go prevent manto jagenda before inyambe chenji tu kanigwa to na bati otoro na bati ko wato the other day na kugo abuge nyambo barajukire 10 million kubo baretire milioni 10 cha gukurukia musonda jurare ekire signature before inyanjuju aikira signature na bati kurire oro rajukire milioni 10 no na nabati kudro ko una ndinya we either ocheda siasa tu either na thiranitie na MP baba niki wengo na rajerie kulia rais na rugire wengo mathina jara kuona ground itibui tu either na thiranite na tongere baba kinyabo no to ground inaka baya tu either you want to play politics can at least onania kuwa kuthithia ensure that atongere by corrupt and then wango tige sent kana hoye katekatene there are two ways either is done with the MPs kabisa na mtaka kumalizana na wao because of course pure ground ni kuwa inyayongwa kana wengwa gakwenda kwithambia kabithatu kiranko na kingi nakyo either mwene ngugi aiti ngugi abambire kora nkurukie mwene ngugi kuna ndiga kwenda ochokaniria
tongeria. Let's come to this
yes.
Kwina nguto chumire kiri areani bawe after Gachagua ari kwingwa abunge bori bana kerwe mbesa barenga the deputy presidents so kiurikire kinene
yes
nguto ina chike thichia umoi barero no barire
one igoro president ara confirmire manto jonde yaendelea bunge it's transactional ibiashara
so no transaction Gachagua no
ko transaction the same if you are an executive ogre the mbeje chonde chomire executive niye guitambecha to register ko even team yawe ira atongeretie ina makosa kinyayongo nonto mbecha no mukachi de chile mwezani na mojokia ko mojokia ni bunge mwezani noe chiruma kire executive ko executive ya tongere no tongere te executive ko backstop kiwe na team yawe ko gekeja kudra ko pure yes it's kanazoni ima menya it's monkey see monkey do I think ne ukarwa either there is bakona president neighbor probably kinyawa there's one thing to bati with Canada how the president amassed wealth it's also questionable tininka miake we generated that wealth na what they will contribute na kira guita na kira kunithia because tetugane manu chandaria that no kumenya ura didite accredit wealth we miaka na miaka why politicians are amassing wealth is drive kuona into bibi iko ensure that bena resource chochita na yana influence the African style that especially political siasa influence iratonaka mutongeria na into bibingi ni auto generate mutongeria tukorirwa generated wealth hizi toso tubati kuria no tutwale go muria to munengera responsibility kinyabira akatudaganaira kakamba ugitaira. Those are kind of biuria tubati kara tukiora ya turi aringi kura ko ima aritwa ibathomete ki mwarimu mwaga we na baitanite lakini andi mwarimu akwambire kona nandi mwakenya jo kuingia na batina ndi kugetia ata kusil kana kuthithia piping kairi no at least hachokandirie pipe kenda non tomba ku lose influence. That's why president can easily lose influence non tunande but it dependent tekiriwe in terms of what bagiraga ikeja kudoko avenue ingi bakuonera resource na inyaba kuona icho nyingi. Why would they line up with a state out konengoro ngirigana whereas they can get millions ki committee centers ki impeachment kana ki process zingi cha kuthithia sheria ko unless president or other going towards 2027 I'll end up losing Antobaba. Either you end up losing them kana of course is really tired kingo gireba kuita ko it's late to kukubanganya mitaratara on one other than Antobaba no mwanka bethe ba dependent kioni because it's true president most of 60-70-90% ka it's 80% MPs ba Kenya Kwanza no make it able either by offering influence yawe to resource chiawe ko na invest it heavily na naiji investment yo adidire kibo they must toe the line na ba depend kewe. The only to depend on is to ensure that he still enjoys monopoly ya resource ko akaje kwero nwe they have avenues adongere ba bonera cha kutafuta pesa because if I'm getting 50,000 k president but if I sit in a committee I can get $1 million why would I line up committee? Yes. Neo karo. Olwai also can ensure in account kwa that wacha nipange watu wangu wapeleke governor huku nione inapata. Of course that's how it's really biashara.
But yes. Kim no churia today. You see abunge ba Kenya Kwanza every weekend.
Yes.
We better agree empowerment program.
Yes.
Angai mbunge akaruta ngirima na ata.
Yes.
Mbunge akaruta 300,000. In a month ukethira MP na party tena more than 3 million kana 4 million.
Yes.
Mushara ya MP kwa ni how much? So where are these people getting this money?
I'll tell you, it's true. Ima that empowerment program ichi influence it on to other day no mwanka beje bakaja constituency yako. Uno mwanka nyani nchiumirie na baba mangeba constituency kena ntukuire thro emere go round
bakuje kwangu.
Kuna nde au ensure nimepata pesa eko contribute no tubije nini empowerment program ikaje no mwanka pende ije ki constituency yako kuno mwanka nani ntembe naye na bunge baba there is that push there is that urge guita koko naku batena mbecha MPs nande they people have mortgages anti bakola ngari anti bakothea muchara jao is more 700 plus allowances to say with $1 million but $1 million re na taomba kuthogita magana zairi or every weekend intuko weekend intuko zina 4 days or 5 days
do better Friday,
yes.
Saturday, yes. Sunday.
Imagine ugita antuko chonde no gita nyama magana zairi ni mbeza chia kugita ko it's true even president ko allow this empowerment program nenguti kinyachensi kana ntuke mbithere andamenite na ugite president na ugite fundraising hizi na ambi akagita ko kinyawe yango kuja corament kana kolira mbere batwe it's really a pure an insult of intelligence era to nayo as a Kenyans not to pure you go open a window no closete ulikuwa umevunga sema anto bageta kodithia fundraising because of course these are questionable resource nya iguitwa mtu aguita milioni 10 every weekend why are they getting this money in terms of empowerment program yoko it's purely nyawengo karugurite window ya corruption karugurite window ya kuensure anto watu watafute pesa mahali wanataka nonto there is that demand that mubunge no mwanga the other day ndonete Faruk on Rift Valley women re parageta kuita mchamani na joy lakini atomana ngiriegana lakini oigwa na ande Faruk akiwa mama anatuma 1,100 na mimi nikiwa hapa na you see you kaga na ande even an example, there was a time irungu kangata eja nankirangiri 20 president fundraising. I remember very well. Kangata itangiri 20 nonduche nacho. President amwera hapana huwezi toa. Wewe unataka kuwa governor untoe 20. You see, you are pushing someone ivuke hata 100. You see, no ntonandre kadha wengo ara 20 na is very comfortable na kuita 20 no kulingana na ikiwa na kiona kulingana resource ile nacho. But now because there is push that lazima utoe kitu fulani kile fundraising hiji na ndeka siku mwananchi baba eto ba atogera batu nabo beta kuita bunge is very transactional which ima the president could confirm that there is a problem in National Assembly that is transactional in biashara bunge bakara, then we are ending to direction yebui nengu tikia Kenyans dia ibakuona mantuzaza ikeja ku president akungo na naizi na nako na taba kwata ikeja kutho you consume this law intelligence that you ko bunge frani baroja de milioni 10 ingani ora banenkere milioni 150 Nei kunenkanero na bunge bakola na nakoli abunge bonge bukona mbeche you. It tells you whether he own up that he's failed. Wewe ngona failite kukaria katiba yetu na because is zile ka custodian wa katiba na sheria yetu nayo. Keja kudhorongwa na failite then it's true kinya come you to know that after a game medira Kenyan will still asking these questions. We still ask him those questions, yes.
It's still a great game, Eric. Deputy President, Bareta Harambeen, Kaniseno, kwa pakuruta milioni 40, Angangari kwa ya milioni 20, aya President tuyu, aduwa ankaya na 600 milioni kiti mwezi inda, kanenganda 2.5. Bese it's your day, itim budgeting.
Yes, yes.
Why is the government getting the money?
Mantuzaza ijoja korigaria mwananchi na inyo koria bunge but there was also a debate raleo kile atongeria bokuru ambechi bokwitine kuma they saying contribution inyire nya empowerment program ile ali state house ni governor ametoa hii president ametoa hii then mbechi chonde ni ushuru ne pwetu wetu mtu akuma mbechi acha isi establishment jeje motembei utumombera omba ku withdraw mbecho every week. Nonto of course ute biashara omba kuitambe I mean business utomba kuita biashara becha yaku every time every day
na wina pain
na una uchungu na kuitambe senya the billionaires baraba in biashara for quite some times nyaka they been philanthropic by jana becha there is a remit there is a budget and for there is a certain percentage by tagara lakini nande giving easy na empowerment in terms of empowerment program irongo kurane ko ekona ni atongere batu nabo that they need to give meam tugere manke do ora manke kodivia ora monene akodivia me queen friends nyaba bange atongere bena uno tu pakona kada monene na akodivia ozo ko gitomi akinyete au mibango eriko eje kwezana ko gitomi ukona ananchi atongere batu nabo betumira opportunity rebe nayo kujukia mbecha cha mwingi na cha ushuru na ikito miko na resource kinyako dhora system health itiku itangoge paraba management ya health ibaije kuna mbecha chia bunge kwa tutakura yetu na tuweke yenye ya barato ka baikiria fo ego kuneka mauku na kana kuthi the report itebu ikuba favor whereas the iba misappropriate te bechenye ko at the end of the day corruption ni kana munene ambiria kuona ni uno mwanka tuwezane kanto a tokenism iratu kana ndini kuwezana wote plan sustainability because program icho tokuga they are not sustainable that utumba kuendelea every week and every year kuwezana into state house yura na ndi Nairobi ni raerwe into because Nairobi state house neo enende na ndi no Nairobi ni raerwe baratumire milioni 500 ri kwandu bigibiki ato kuona ndike Kiambu na yao ite state house ikirebia milioni 500 kana of course other counties na because we are equal kiwe meano baba wetu ko inyamiri tubate kumenya milioni 500 tubate kugira chieto no ayu tubageta no toka bango toka choka ko these things are not sustainable they are meant to plan kako popularize kugeria kuona avenue kwa ria 90 no ndo 90 they are tired you see there is one thing thirikari kwenda kuthithia using this empowerment program. Ikaja kutha mochemane jajonge jurari ajo jwa Matiangi na bange ketha probably ukona thirikari keja kuthithia mochemane jajo tutena intopia kwejana. I think kulingana na state ora na nchi bena maruru utokinya. Lakini ontuko intobi kwezanwa, of course mwananchi ageta kuthikira ora thirikari kuthio. Ko it's a plan ya thirikari, it's a strategy. No ntubwa ora thirikari unpopular. Now they need to into be incentives kana into kai kana kure anto weta iruduni nonto ito iruduni ga ito atamukai nonto no mo kabete kenda nonto bwe ganto bakana ko pure madugane ja mwananchi ujo weta no tieti nonto bakodoro kuthirikari utethia. It's because kwina ganto kaona after ugoro ngona ngirichi yako ithatu. Of course this 3000 will make something ka make ikethora ino rito mono kinja ire mtu akana shopping, but these programs are not really sustainable.
Those after shopping bwana itaisha. What ngirita tu mchiathirari meotro togete kwa deputy president every time na nyawe etari mo mutembei uteroke ukona list ne gwetara shairi ko pure is a strategy na a plan ya thirikari nonto bwana popular urekari kuensho kure tanto amwe na kubariria na kuiria go sell their plan, but purely it's not sustainable. No,
na nyoga tegera after bakuma ananchi baraba ingi bare na dissenting na nya voices chao no regi tu chao itinganiri gugwa no ntukubo baragire kuboronere baga na nduje plan yu utumbo satisfy kila mtu, but nande majority won't get kuna ndi at the end of the day ikethero itina urito bora problem urengi uga antu barendere programs eu na iba onreo na ba kwenda no ntu bakuthithirora thithire probably you can as well do on antu bakai na itio bakuthora impactful diria system chethirikari dato kanya you make system work for each and every person.
So ndirone president ya lecture MCs bakiricho ebera babu mnatakia makuu impeachment now and then MCs bame bibeti tebakona governor na maite fulani na tumirete obisi bodhuku and then nawe no tutura account ire yebere MCs babu rekanenia siasa nini president no wa Gachagua is not good na nare mutiko govern na ite mtu mukabila. So is it not even the corruption kinya kwira ba bukethi bukengambi bukenganga vana na gavana no edire na makosa kariga nya kiuma kirile mlaite atwira no chogeri kawira
yes
no to maybe no nete atena experience amu chogi ambe athome so is it not corruption kwira mtu maybe no nete mtu ena maiti fulani enao mwire wa mwenga no to maybe no kwenda calmness isiasa kuntu fulani. Is it inonda?
True. Ankuge kuinare kaina double speak. Na since president had bono nyako moitikia na rwalera kwa since actually I trace speeches cha no na still au kanyuma president is bara by the bari itene there is a way president ombokwaria ugatake rwalia serious, but president wetu ratu na twamwendete muno atumbite ukip rwalia rwawe na kethore na double speaks iketo mekonanye this empowerment program na haria kuingara ambi still now chia karaonge na chia the same thing because of course these are ambi tu ira gwite akainga ko president wengo na kuga na kanyokawe that devolution thing governor devolution is a structure ikeja kuthora no kwenda issue there is the issue with the governor as a person it atapati ku affect devolved system na abati kuma ukadeal na governor himself ikaja kuthora MCAs ya their backbone ya devolved system na unless we accept chora nani raira kuga that they are part of one area devolved because tuga is a father of devolved system because no wa champion ite usikumi manza the dugano leo other MCAs kinya governor batebate gwita guparendwa senators timethene for accountability. That's law primarily ya MCA that these questions be what the KMCA back this statement na be in case there is a recommendation back at the KCC na governor akachukirwa kanya na kana CC kana executive uye kudhirwa governor wa Kericho MCA is but satisfied no
this is the second time.
This is the second time it was a struggle a Meru nekeja kudhirwa struggle ni otwa championere mwanka yonekana ndukona matunda je kuthai the same case tubati bati kunganirira tone bya Kericho nondo antoba Kericho ibathurire MCAs bao na iba kumenya thina ya governor oimbi eja kudhirwa self-centered kedai atuku tumira mbecha bwega ekethwa atuku ba priority cha project yao kana irira ba represented imtu tukuone ko vizine jora twale na wetu aja it's difficult kumwona nora imtu watinda atithura agita na yena atongiria bangi ketho ni governor wa Kericho akari why would you retain such person nyakethura no kona area ku kana area probably umite no na no kona nyawe ngore agachagwa guchumbura na utare amto na confess ara nani mheshimiwa deputy professor Kidekia swe awanande na mtu mukaria omutethiri ekeja kuthora MCs bakona mtu atetotethia na tukomba kwenda kumia why would you wait for 5 years whereas katiba ni MCs an avenue kufukuza jamaa kama afanye kazi unafukuza yeye mnapewa mwingine na mtu kabotethia mwenye kwa to me I feel president atakweza na direction to either kako gabble na man na once chiawe. The other thing is purely a double speaks person atumbo simama na msimamo jawe. There was a time president would say something every person many of course presidency is symbol ya unity, authority and direction because he's the father of the nation. Today you say this, tomorrow you do this, then wow tuka wait kiata because nya ferias chawe na dinera gas mheshimiwa Ruto eneo not necessarily because he is doing the right thing or the wrong thing because atena musimamo is someone who hoping kana kudithia mantu atena atakwenda if these things akudithia they are meant to ensure not only a personal legacy but for hospitality kana ura mwananchi akethora ka benefit yake mingi then every Kenyans na are involved exercised na involved na keja on direction itikethe dictatorial then antikuitikania mwananchi njatu mutembe kanonge omba kuthorena thina na mheshimiwa wetu kana president wetu no ndogo to direction but lakini keja kuthora na aru aliuga please manto ja opulence kuona ni urato tongi kana urawe na interview vingi kujukia mbecha still na ku facilitate wewe ngo kuthora mbecha ya te accountable na chinyawe ngori na gwita mbecha ku dish out every now and then whether state house you can get something ikana nde empowerment program abara mwananchi uronge utumba kuona na avenue menya you also need to ensure that Kenya kila mtu equal that kinyabara batu chiomba nyabo pena nafasi gwitethekero ketho gwita skuru ketho kuthithia health ketho kuthithia barabara there is equity ketho kuweza na intunya kuweza na ensure that Kinyameru na watu tubatu gwita state house tukathaga na pikipiki na matangi na ambi kana nyawanga atoretera for equity lakini ri how sustainable is it how futuristic this thing hal na tombo kwa system kwa with the president either na double speaks either kuthiro nande Kericho abati ukira MCs bagitango gechiao but akawon in case kuora nengande for example Senator Waduro the other day after impeachment ya Dania ego frop na ugiro wantu mamekula kitu imekuliwa hapa na president akoja confirm there is kuna kitu ilifanyika it's soko huru kwa CRSA MP bobe joto irate mashinani isi how senator joto irate wetu ana MP beto that wao kukura pesa right kwa it tells you that either completely finishing anataka kuenda na kila mtu menya nyawe ngo mpoko thura kaonete safari inaendelea kwenda wacha kila mtu sisi tuende basi atuthe
kana kwithiri ndo engerura na bunge bambire na better ground bambire kuronwe.
Yeah, of course, already MPs bambire tie kuthra. If you sit down behind tents, I will tell you, even the MPs themselves know future yao it has stake. Kinya ibeji ground umeninaka na ibeji manzo jana tuitani tunyo tukio andenje bakona kugwa na batu either to abarete empowerment the other empowerment area yao empowerment mbele tiaga wachi akinyo jiringi 50-50 na ndio kore otinda liwene wana jiringi 50 but people are really dissatisfied na ura atongere beto bako behave ko president ko that iba konenkra mbecha is something we obviously knew that now National Assembly has become a transactional market ithoko njo ametere huru kwa hivyo ni soko huru the highest bidder gets service ikeja kuthora iba kurukirie finance bill na eja it's still a soko huru. There was an influence. Other MPs were saying kuna mbeche eja now bafos nye MP umogo ko apologize na ugete na nenkairo mbeche ni ba nenkairo ko na president ngo akuja confirm that our pesa tu kazi yao ni kokota pesa ko it's one thing that this system it angushite na ingutikia mwananchi rato dikita rugro naru na kuona that we have a rogue system iche to tugaiga tutedia but thina nyati structure thirikari yato ikana katiba yetu thina yetu nayo ni tamaa na individualistic ya tongere betu kwithuganire bobongwa na true that whether they batonengera mbecha umenye imbeja chetu service chetu idovolve system chetu bakuraga na system chetu cha nikitu mikona wanakaa ngumu na CDF because some of them survive na CDF. That is sarasi ukona payslip it's only that 7,000 lakini unaona yada ina waka kwa na waka investment thing you still wonder now akira family you still wonder where they get the money either it's monkey see monkey do.
Wow.
Yes.
No, tukire kiriam Kim kenda kurekere wita nguine chiaku toba time. How would you rate utongere bwa governor Mutumu in the last 100 days?
I'll give it okay, there's some few things still learning non tobako dra kuti na support. You see koina other things appointment abati kumik na ngogia abati kuweza na kile antubara ko interest of course ka kalite atongere barabara leku I'll give him at 8 for last start non toneji na 8 out of 10 is something you can say start here when kabisa sawa. The 2% is also to align himself na ntubarabati witangwe na true even if it's appointing now you also need to focus on antubaraba kwa energy na vision. He has a good cabinet appointed more of atumbiji most of them ko ene antu bari bedri to benja nineji of course ni antu babedi bakwenda kumenya kuensure ku live a legacy karibwega na the other thing is he is able to give them a freedom ya hitango chao other than kodronande is all niwewenka ugutongere because a good leader of course embraces na akadelegate responsibility and on to the moment ukara ku delegate we mutongeria mutembe for example thaike ja kuthura narua the CEO for example the MD no kwire uroka goria biuria uroka thithia isi ako micromanage then utumba kuthura accountable kewe of course you cannot be accountable to this the institution ire asset the structures edited the moment aka nenkanira na by freedom ya witango geo based on the technicality na profession yawe he has a good start na ingoti Kenya towards the end Amiru Bamakira based on what he has managed only 5 months na nokona almost 5 months I think na nokona investment iradi na structures iradi na goodwill ire na yona thirikari rene inyakethora we also support him of course na ititengogere bati Nguitikia for a start is something boga to me I feel is in a good trajectory. Nguitikia pulling iri keja okono kejo mwa at half ahead because of course the plan irena yo mebango na mitaratarendo. The other thing is utoi either na monopoly either. Even the previous regimes had a plan. Even if plans ira chiareku ageta shelf, there is nothing utekitaje kuja ku implement something new. Because of course time doesn't allow. You only have 2 budgets. Eje na wingi. Ko enda shelf nechia atongere about just revive align all that vision cha atongere baraba yiku because onembiriva kinyamo tongere wa ambirire devolve the first governor and a plan. Na plan hiyo create the system edrikari. The second governor, the third governor, now the fourth governor utiaje kuambiria something new because of course to ensure that the resources implement, ensure the supply can mind whether there's someone na kirenya ombore amitigira complete it, take the plan the way akuganande for example city hall ni kuthidwa that's a key thing that structures each on the serve mwananchi beche itekeja to waste. So I feel by that 2027 it will be a different ball game. Kinyaba bakuja kulinge tuma it will be a different ball game if only stick na plan and a vision ya kuensure service cha mwananchi chiukinyara mwananchi na nkiura EMCs beto na boba mo support in terms of the budgetary, in terms of the ensuring accountability for example. That's a very key. Roho yao baka meberia still they need to ensure to put to account the states kana the executives barawa kuita ndegoro ya governor. For example, if there are questions, if there are areas they need to ask, kenake there ko na mantuba ko na koboria, they should not shy away because you make a person better but questioning implement sheria ero yako. You make governor motuma better when you implement what the katiba yetu kuga. You make mheshimiwa governor better tuina voices chia kudhura china dissenting an opinion. Now when someone in opinion you should not label them that ugora de como kaweira or munya or someone. The best thing is you embrace those dissenting voices, you embrace those good ideas nonto meru ne to twinde na we have tutumba kwa tukaniria tuterume but because niunga yato dhalimite motembe kayato dhalimite na madhugani mwanya ora ukirire tumbukirire kounande. It's also very important as a county to embrace everyone na inyabara bareome. Of course we call them pamoja for Meru progress na progress ya Meru ni gain yetu twinde as a community. Ko warning ekonande nikira tongeria makambirio tonia the divisiveness area at ikundi kia baba. At the end of the day, if someone is performing, someone is giving a service, wacha apewe nafasi na awe kanya atutethie na Meru etetheka tugatetheka twinde.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you Kim, no tubuko na kanya. Asante sana kile brabo ndebo hata nitina batu kile mbango yu. It's always a pleasure kudatu na babu no tuke datu babu tutethia tu na Weru TV tutethia tu na mbango yu. Tueta nambira kumedhe mantu mwanya kile mitando yetu kile ndio chetu cha 7:30 na 9:30. You have a fruitful day. Pita wa mutebe.